Assalamu alaikum, and thanks for watching Hot Conflict. Well, in the last week or so, we've all been watching as one of the great Christian leaders in the United States, Jerry Falwell, passed. It's been interesting to watch the conflict over his death. Online and in the press, people talking about some of the bad things he said, and other people talking about how he influenced politics. So much negative has been said about Jerry Falwell that I was wondering whether we forgot the importance of what he was able to do. Not in the actual message that he was trying to give, not in some of the controversial statements that he made, but what he was able to do in the United States as far as communication. Falwell was able to take his ministries and his work as a person of morality and be able to change the course of history in this country with his movement, the moral majority. To be able to use television and media and press to get involved in the decisions that make up this country. Many people like to talk about how America and the Founding Fathers didn't establish a religion for this country, that we have the freedom of religion here by the Constitution. Now, the right keeps arguing that religion is being taken away, that the liberals are anti-religion. And we see this going on with the progress that's being made in the media and the press in the field of atheism, and that atheism is being promoted at a rampant rate. Now, the message of Jerry Falwell that is important, at least to me, was that he was able to create a moral majority, to make people in society recognize that it is their moral obligation to stand up for what they believe is morally correct in this country, to be vocal, to use and exercise their free speech, to say what they believe, to join together, to form a moral majority. So much has been said in the press against Islam and against Muslims, equating all Muslims as terrorists and Islam as fascism, that the right is beginning to think that their main job or their main goal is to fight Islam, when instead it should be doing God's work, which is to praise God. Now, the majority of Muslims all over the United States, as a matter of fact all over the world, have a lot in common with the moral majority in the United States. Conservative values, family values, recognizing God and the role of God in society, and recognizing that people have certain moral stances that make up who they are. And that what Jerry Falwell is trying to say is, by saving our own souls, we also need to save the soul of America. Because that's what makes up this country, that greatness of this country, is that we all have those freedoms. Yes, he may have made a lot of controversial statements, but the message is still the same, that it is our duty to go out there and be involved. Now, we're seeing the debate amongst the Conservative Party change. This is especially true in the current group of candidates, where we have Mitt Romney, who is a Mormon, John McCain, who called Christians agents of intolerance, and the other main lead in the Republican Party is Rudy Giuliani, who isn't affiliated with the religious right to start with and doesn't carry their opinion on abortion. And Rudy Giuliani has been in the lead in so many of the polls. And many conservatives on the right are saying that Rudy Giuliani can't win the nomination, but they're surprised that he's in the lead in the polls all the time. And why is that? It's because so much of the right-wing media, whether it's Fox News talking about Islam and terrorism all the time, or the radio stations such as Hannity and Dr. Savage, have made so much effort to inflame the general public against Muslims that many of the Republican base believe that it is more important to elect somebody such as Rudy Giuliani because of his position on the war on terror than to elect somebody from the moral majority of their party, because the Republicans have stressed fighting Islam to such a high degree that the balance in the base of the party is skewed. How do we change that? We need to make sure that the moral majority in the United States recognizes the fact that the Muslim moral majority in the United States agrees with them on many issues. That the majority of Muslims in the United States are highly moral and conservative by nature. They're not affiliated with terrorism in any way, shape, or form. And the longer that the Republican Party and the conservatives continue to isolate and shun the Muslims in this country, the greater the animosity and separation. While Muslims believe in God, believe in respect for religion, believe in prayer and the importance of morality in your code and who you are, believe in accountability, believe in being responsible here for what you do and your actions, whether you're in the business world or whether you're in politics or administration. Moral stances are about morality. So, what is the message that Jerry Falwell had, and why am I making this honest tribute to Jerry Falwell? Because I'm saying, the Muslim community, it is time for you to wake up and do the exact same thing. To extend your hands and go out there and say, we are the moral Muslim majority. We need to establish the Muslim majority. On the press we hear about it all the time. Where is the Muslim majority to speak out? It's time for all of us to express ourselves and take advantage of the rights that we have in this country. Freedom of press, freedom of speech, and most of all, freedom of religion. Go out, express yourself, get involved in the debate, be a part of the solution, and don't sit on the sidelines. Jerry Falwell, controversial message, a hot conflict, but did something, tried, made an effort, made some dramatic changes. It's time for the Muslim moral majority to stand up. Assalamu alaikum. Thanks for watching Hot Conflict.